Once upon a time there was a good man who had the misfortune to be widowed shortly after he had married. Years later he met a very bad and arrogant woman, but despite that, he succeeded in falling in love with him. Both married and went to live with their daughters. The woman had 2 daughters as arrogant as she, while the man had a single sweet daughter, good and beautiful like no other. From the beginning the 2 sisters and stepmother made the girl's life impossible. They forced him to wear old dirty clothes and to do all the housework. The poor woman spent the day sweeping the floor, scrubbing the pots and making the beds, and if this was not enough, even when she rested on the ashes of the fireplace, they made fun of her. Cinderella! Cinderella! Look at it, it's full of ashes again. But in spite of everything she never complained. One day he heard his sisters say that they were going to attend the dance given by the king's son. Cinderella really wanted to go, but she knew it was not meant for a girl like her. He ironed his sisters' clothes, helped them to dress and comb their hair, and dismissed them with sadness. When she was alone, she burst into tears of regret at not being able to go to the ball. Then, his fairy godmother appeared. "What happened, Cinderella? Why do you cry like that?" "Because I would like to go to the dance like my sisters, but I have no form." "I think I can solve it," he said with a broad smile. Cinderella walked around the house in search of what her godmother asked for: a pumpkin, 6 mice, a rat and 6 lizards. With a stroke of his wand he turned them into a magnificent golden chariot drawn by 6 white steeds, a gentleman's coachman and 6 helpful footmen. "Ah yes, I forgot," said the fairy godmother. And in a last stroke of wand he turned his rags into a magnificent dress of tissue of gold and silver and covered his feet with delicate crystal shoes. "Just one more thing, Cinderella. Remember that the spell will break at midnight, so you should come back sooner." When Cinderella arrived at the palace there was a great silence. Everyone admired her beauty as they wondered who this beautiful princess was. The prince soon took her out to dance, and from the moment she could contemplate her beauty, she could not help but admire her. The same thing happened to Cinderella, and she was so comfortable that she did not realize that it was 12 o'clock. He got up and ran out of the palace. The prince, worried, ran as well, though he could not reach her. Only one of her glass shoes, which the girl lost while running. Cinderella! A man from the palace with the crystal shoe arrived at Cinderella's house. The prince had ordered him to be tested by all the women of the kingdom until he found his owner. So the sisters-in-law tried it out, and though they made every effort, they could not get their foot in it. When it came Cinderella's turn they laughed, and even said that it was not necessary to prove it because in no way could she be the princess they were looking for. But Cinderella tried it and the shoe was perfect. So Cinderella and the prince were married and were very happy, and the young woman returned to show her kindness by forgiving her stepsisters and marrying them with 2 gentlemen of the court.